Another day, another achievement. Has Russia been able to achieve good results recently in Kursk and Donetsk? It is clear that Russian forces are showing significant progress, especially after a series of attacks and battles. The most notable development has been the progress of Russian forces in Kursk. When Russian soldiers were deployed to the area, they successfully pushed back Ukrainian forces. Published footage shows the extent of the destruction everywhere. However, amidst this chaos, one thing that has caught the attention of many is the capture of an American-made Abrams tank used by Ukrainian forces. The tank appears to be intact, with no significant signs of damage. However, the question arises, why was this tank left abandoned on the battlefield? According to circulating information, although there has been no official confirmation, it is suspected that the Ukrainian crew operating the tank may have surrendered, even handing over this advanced Western tank without resistance. The fate of the Abrams tank since its delivery to Ukraine in 2023 has been disastrous. Since then, dozens of Abrams units have been destroyed or fallen into the hands of Russian forces, and it seems that the power of this tank cannot withstand long in a battlefield filled with risks. Not only the Abrams tank, but several other military vehicles that were previously touted as crucial aid for Ukraine have also met the same fate. Recently, the same has happened with the CV-90, a Swedish-made armored vehicle, and the M1224 International Max Pro, an American-made vehicle, which were once the pride of the Ukrainian forces, but are now in the hands of Russian troops. These vehicles, which were originally promised to strengthen Ukraine's military capabilities, now have to be dragged off the battlefield after being successfully seized. Not to be overlooked, the American-made Oshkosh MATV, known for its toughness, also fell into Russian hands after a rather dramatic evacuation process. It is truly unfortunate for these vehicles, which were once praised as key to Ukraine's victory. Now, they stand as evidence of the failure in utilizing military equipment that was supposed to be a cornerstone for Ukraine's forces. What caused this failure? Was it a lack of training or an ineffective strategy in utilizing Western military technology? Or was it because Russian forces continually updated their tactics on the battlefield? The Russian Ministry of Defense also commented on this situation, stating that Ukrainian forces more often choose to flee or surrender on the battlefield. In Donetsk, reports from the 394th Motorized Rifle Regiment, which is part of the 127th Division, indicate that Ukrainian troops seem to avoid close combat, preferring to retreat rather than stand their ground. This is evident from the large number of Western-made light weapons and grenades that have been seized by Russian forces, often found abandoned on the battlefield. However, the most encouraging news for Russian forces is their success in driving Ukrainian troops out of the strategically important Berlatskoye area in just 5 days. This serves as clear evidence of the effectiveness of the tactics employed by Russian forces in the face of pressure from Ukrainian troops, who, despite receiving various Western aid, still appear unable to match the resilience of Russian forces on the battlefield. Another uplifting event on the battlefield occurred when the Yakutia soldier captured the prestigious war trophy, the Leopard 2A4. They celebrated this joyous moment after a long struggle filled with challenges and sacrifices. This success was not a mere coincidence, but the result of hard work and a concrete demonstration on the battlefield that they had dedicated all their strength and effort to achieving victory. "We did it. We succeeded," were the words spoken through their smiles and laughter, as if expressing emotions of pride and joy that words alone cannot fully capture. Every second of their struggle ultimately bore priceless results. However, it wasn't just the Leopard 2A4 that drew attention. Amid the ongoing fighting, there were also vehicles that promised high mobility for troops and strong protection against mine threats and ballistic attacks. These versatile vehicles were designed to provide an advantage on the battlefield, capable of operating effectively in direct fire zones. One such vehicle is the Mastiff Armored Personnel Carrier. But look at what has happened to this vehicle now. Russian forces managed to capture it in the direction of Donetsk, adding to their long list of successes in seizing advanced military equipment that was supposed to be a key asset. Not only that, even the previously reliable M2A20D SSA Bradley infantry fighting vehicle surrendered in Kursk, granting another victory to the relentless Russian forces. In the Kursk region, there are also other armored vehicles that often become targets in battle, such as the M113. This vehicle has once again become a trophy contested on the battlefield. The damage to the M113 is quite severe, but efforts to restore it are still ongoing. Unfortunately, the Russian forces do not have enough spare parts to quickly repair this vehicle, so they need other trophies to replace the damaged parts. But don't worry, because this will succeed. Another M113 was also evacuated from Kursk. When it was evacuated, it had to be prepared for display in an exhibition of NATO-made military equipment that had been seized, which took place in St. Petersburg. Now, with more armored vehicles being captured, the Russian forces are preparing for a grand exhibition of NATO-made military hardware that has been destroyed and seized from the enemy. The exhibition will warmly welcome these vehicles. Similar to the previous exhibition in Khabrovsk, all the captured and destroyed vehicles will be showcased as symbols of the Russian forces' success in seizing military technology that was once considered superior, but now has become part of a new history written by their soldiers. Can Ukraine and the West sleep soundly after witnessing the fate of their military vehicles? Because this is quite fatal after Russia increasingly discovers the weaknesses of the armored vehicle. That's all for today, and thanks for watching.